All right. Hello, campers. Thank you for tuning in here. So let's look at the markets. You can see I've been looking at this United Health. This is an amazingly big story if it's true. Uh, this is like Enron. This is what was one of the biggest companies in the country a couple of weeks ago. And a lot of people are asking me about it. And you know what? I'm just going to punt on this one because when you got accounting scandals and frauds, like the usual rules don't apply, this thing could be at $10 in a week or two. And if this stuff wasn't real, there probably would have been some kind of a comeback. But anyway, let's go look at the broader markets. And I just want to take a quick look through the sectors here and what to watch this week. All right, so we got our S&P. Obviously, this is where we always start. Very strong action again. And I think that I basically think that we're going to be making new highs or getting close to new highs. One of the things to look at is that we're just in this strong uptrend here, right? Now we're kind of slowing down a little bit, which is good. But the healthcare sector has been very weak over the last week or so, right? Week over the week. And now it looks like healthcare is kind of turning. So I'm going to bring up that sector first, and then we're going to look at some of the other ones. Look at that action on healthcare right there, right? So the reversal in healthcare could be the catalyst that just makes the S&P just blast off again. That's a pretty serious reversal. And I guess maybe tomorrow for my paying students, I will go through and look for some trading ideas in the healthcare sector. But if we look at the tech sector, and notice I said paying, this is this is Wall Street, everybody. I am a capitalist. You know who you are. Anyway, this tech sector looks fine. Ripped higher, now going sideways. Doesn't seem to be any sign of a reversal. If we look at Microsoft, which is the biggest stock in the market, the biggest stock in the market, you know, this is what you want. This nice, slow kind of. When you get these like really ripping move higher, you can kind of reverse really quick. But this is what you want. This is positive action, nice and slow. So tech looks fine. Healthcare looks like it's going to reverse. Let's look at the financial sector. This is starting to rip higher again. We got some definite upside here. Let's look at our consumer discretionary. So a lot of people say, like, Mark, you make these great calls and everything. And it's like, no, I know. And I just watch the markets. Consumer discretionary looks like it's got a little bit more room to go here too. Shut off the news. All right, well, we're probably at resistance here, but I don't think that's anything to change our thesis. We're going to look at the industrial sector. Now, maybe you see a little bit of a pullback here. All right, so you know what? I am going to write down for trade ideas healthcare reversals and industrial reversals because healthcare looks to be reversing and industrials look like they're on the verge of reversal because this is really overbought and we're at a resistance level here. So we got to think about this. A lot of times the industrial sector can be kind of contrarian because a lot of times, like for retail investors, this is the last place they go. Now we're going to look at our communication services, and this is a breakout, right? A lot of resistance around 100, not surprisingly, but the fact that we're above that tells us that the people that wanted to sell at 100 are gone and they're out of the way. Another place we got to look here is utilities, which are on the verge of a breakout. Whoops, if I could figure out how the hell to type here. XLU. See that? Just testing resistance. Maybe a reversal here too, but positive action. This stuff is pretty wild, everybody. I've been doing this for a long time, and these markets just continue to be pretty friggin' amazing. And I'm not complaining. All right, we want XLP. There we go. That's not the one I want, but anyway. Yeah, so consumer staples are doing well. Inflation is going down. The price of oil is going down. We look at oil or oil futures. I mean, we've had a little bit of a bounce, but in the since the peak in January, we're down about 25%. I mean, that's deflationary. That's going to be good for the markets. So, yeah, everyone, things keep rolling ahead. Uh, let's look for some breakouts. All right, so let's talk about this. I think our main trade idea or trade theme, I should say, is the reversal in healthcare. And we'll go more into that tomorrow. And I'll put some trade ideas out there on my official trade idea screen. But I don't know. I mean, UNH, I think it's just too risky. I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to get involved with it, but I probably want it. All right. Hope you all have a nice night, and I will see you soon.